Here with Miami coach Anthony Noreen after a 7-2 loss to Minnesota Duluth, and we will take a few questions.
Coach, a tough one tonight, but I want to start off by asking about the effort of Brett Miller in his first action for you. Comes in the middle of a barrage, the offensive barrage that they've had, and able to save 8 in that second period, and then play a great game from there on out.
Yeah, he certainly earned it, and it was time to make a change. And he's a guy that, again, hasn't had a chance to go in the net yet. He shows up, he works every day, he's a great teammate, he's consistently pushes in practice, roots for those other guys, helps those guys out. So nice to see him go in. He deserved it, and good to see him make some saves when he went in there.
But it was the 2-0, and what seemed to happen? Something kind of got away from you at that point. Try to get.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was obviously a good start for us and good to jump out, and I think probably a little bit them taking us light after last night. I think that's kind of human nature, and again, I think pretty much the story of the weekend. Like I don't. Usually when you lose a game by those scores, like there's just long periods of time where you're in your own zone defending and they're hemming you in. A chance of, they're a good team. They're opportunistic. They got a chance in the slot. They put it through the back of the net. It seemed like pretty much every time. Like we would get a chance at one end, they'd come down the other. That's hockey sometimes. We'd get a chance. They'd make a save. They'd come down the other way and bury. And again, they've got some elite level players. I know they were, after obviously what happened in North Dakota, or home against North Dakota last weekend, they were going to come, and look to be better, and I thought they were in all facets. Obviously, their goaltender was really good all weekend, and I just thought when they had opportunities, they buried.
Is this unfortunately the losses have piled up before? The team's doing better in some areas. You said a lot of improvement necessary. But is this one of the toughest parts of coaching? Is to keep the confidence of the team when the losses pile up?
And I think the important thing in that is the tone you set and the message you sent from the beginning with your team. If you make it all about results and all about wins and losses, it's really easy to get down in times like this. That will never be what we do. Winning matters. Like we are going to win and we want to win, but it can't just be about that. Like we need to get this culture right. We need to get the way we work right. We need to get the type of teammates that we are right, and we have zero room for error on the things that are just a choice and take no skill. Like that's where our focus is right now. And I think there was a lot of guys in that room that haven't played a lot this year, but every guy was competing right to the very end. Every guy was physical right to the very end. That stuff's a step. Obviously, there's a lot we need to clean up. We need to get better. Just looking across at that line, we need to get better if we're going to have a chance. That team's big, they're strong, they're fast, they're skilled, they got a really good goaltender, they're good on special teams. We've got a ways to go, but I think I know we're going in the right direction. Obviously, the score tonight, it's tough. You hate it. Okay. Having said that, if we were to win 7-2, I would have said the same thing, and we would be going back to work, and that's our mindset, and that's just the way that it's going to be. We're worried about the next day, and take the information, get better, go back to work. There's areas we can improve on. Let's attack them.
The goals for UMD tonight came in spurts. How do you coach? How do you get your guys to prevent it from happening, like the dominoes falling super quickly like that?
Yeah, I think that's it's a leadership thing, but it's really just a team mentality thing of just a feel. And I think the really good teams feel like the ebbs and flows of a hockey game. And it's never always one way. You're going to have a push, they're going to have a push, and there's times where you have to bend and not break, and then there's times where you need to simplify, and then there's times where you need a line to just go out and just get your team game going back on track. And I think it's pretty clear what our team game is. Our team game is get pucks behind people and hunt them down with physicality and have second and third effort and create chance for ourselves. So, sometimes for us, it's a little bit, you're reaching, okay, who's that group? And we're waiting for that group to clarify itself, and really, if you're going to have a chance, it's got to be all 4 lines, and it's got to be every D pair, and again, we'll keep working until we have that.
Speaking of your lines, you're missing 3 big names that do a lot for this team. What do you think of your guys who stepped in tonight in those roles?
I thought they competed. And again, obviously, some injuries, some internal decisions, but again, the number one thing is we are going to get the culture right here, and I thought the guys that went in did a good job at that.
Took a little while to finally get on the power play, and then you really had a long go at it there. And I know probably the lines got a little bit shuffled up, but did you see anything on that 5-minute where you think you guys maybe liked or didn't like the looks you had on the power play?
Yeah, obviously they're a good kill, and I thought they had a couple key blocks in some moments. I thought he made a couple of good saves. You get obviously a key look for us. Casper gets a one-timer right at the beginning of it, and I don't know what it hit, but that's a look obviously we're going for. Colby's in on net at one point. I don't know if he kind of gets tangled up, it looked like a little bit, and doesn't get a chance, but there's pucks laying there. I mean, you see like the physicality and the effort, and like I keep saying it, like the second and third effort to score at this level. Like, how many times did pucks come to the interior and they're laying there, and it is just an all-out war wrestling match in front of the net? Like, that's real hockey, and you've got to find a way to like win those battles and find a way to put it in the back of the net. And I thought there was plenty of chance for that. So I thought there was some good looks. Obviously, those are big moments. You've got to find a way in a 5-minute both nights to put it in. But I didn't think it was for lack of effort or execution. We've got to find a way to finish on those.
Got a couple more weekends coming up before a pretty long break where you guys don't play for a month. Are you guys more so just, focused on the next day, as you've said a couple times? Or are you really trying to, get through these next couple of weeks and attack them maybe any differently, knowing you have that month-long break coming up?
No, I mean, obviously, every game matters in this league, and every point matters. And we don't have a lot of room for error, and we've got to take advantage of every time we get on the ice, every video meeting, every workout, all those things to get to where we need to get to have a chance in this league. So are we worried about the break? No, we don't. There's zero worry about that. I think if anything, it should be more of a reason to attack these next couple weeks and make sure you want to go into a break feeling good, especially when it's that long without a game. Hopefully we don't ever have one of those that long again. But right now it's, let's turn the page. Let's get into video here, figure out what we need to work on, and get back to work on Monday.
Here is Zane Demsey after Miami's 7-2 loss to Minnesota Duluth, and we will take a few questions.
Zane, after last night, not able to get any on the board, able to score 2 tonight, including your first goal since last December. How are you able to solve the goaltender and find a way in the back of the net tonight?
I think it was just like a full team thing. Looking at the one that I ended up putting in, it starts with a great placement by our forwards, puck placement, then good F2 stick on the puck. We get some offense, then just kind of throwing something at the net, a good net anchor. So it's a good team goal. Same thing with Message, just bearing down in front.
Start out 2-0. They're able to get a flurry of offensive action. How are they able to turn things around there?
It's a tough question. I think, we can just kind of focus on ourselves, sort of thing. Obviously, like every team in this league is very good. They're going to have pushes when we push, so just got to keep focused on what we can control and kind of manage the highs and lows.
Saying congratulations on the goal. You guys, the third period, it seemed like you guys got back on track. Was there something said in the locker room? What do you think you guys did to get back into the game in the third period?
I think we just collectively just decided, we got nothing to lose, so just kind of leave it all out there, do it for each other, for the guy next to you, and just kind of stick to our script, and when we do that, good things will start to happen. So.
You guys are missing 3 big names tonight, but what can you say about your teammates who stepped in for, especially younger guys who stepped in and played in their first NCHC game of their college careers tonight?
Yeah, it's awesome to see. It's really cool to see when guys get their first NCHC game, and obviously they did a really good job stepping up and carrying a bigger load. And it's definitely cool to see. It's cool to see that they're great teammates on and off the ice, and they get that chance to show it on the ice as well.